Good afternoon, Madam Secretary.
Good afternoon. Yes, Mr. Chair, we have a forum with attendance of the following BAC members: Attorney Marcel Palomar, Chairperson; Ms. Angelina Yosef, Vice Chairperson; Attorney Dan Jaramillo, Ms. Josephine Diago, regular members attending via Zoom; Attorney Dan Steffi Lamon, regular member; Mr. Eric Timocolangan, provisional member; and Ms. Cordelia Sidon, provisional member and user from PMSO. Likewise, with attendance and members of the technical working group, head and members of the BAC Secretariat. On the part of the prospective bidders, we have representatives from Jordan's Engineering and Big J Steel Construction Corporation.
Chair declares an errors of form, HO-BAC-PGCS No. 124-2021 of the order.
We have 4 items in our agenda, Mr. Chair. Number 1 is the approval of minutes of the previous BAC meetings, HO-BAC-PGCS numbers 120 and 121, that's 2021, both dated 23 November 2021. HO-BAC-PGCS numbers 122 and 123, that's 2021, both dated 25 November 2021. Number 2 is the credit conference for the supply, delivery, and commissioning for the rehabilitation of sprinkler at PTA head office. Number 3 is the bid evaluation report for the renovation of the corporate communications staff office. And number 4 is the deliberation on the requests for consideration for the procurement of services of certifying body for the quality management system of PTA.
Thank you. Let's have letters proceed to the first item for agenda, the approval of the previous BAC meeting.
Hindi na pwede question to publish na to. Sila ka. Nag-effort pa talaga.
Nag-effort pa talaga.
Baka sa Sige sabihin yung una, that is kung kaya tingnan mo sumama.
Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the minutes of the previous staff meetings. HO-BAC-PGCS numbers 120 and 121, both held on 23 November 2021. And HO-BAC-PGCS numbers 122 and 123-2021, both held on 25 November 2021. Second motion, Mr. Chair.
Yes, no, the second, the minutes of the staff meeting, so the change of the statement, the statement,
For the supply, delivery, rehabilitation, and commissioning of fire sprinkler system for PPA office, the project was posted on the PPA and PLDX websites on 18 November 2021 with an approved budget for the contract of 50 million pesos. We have two prospective bidders for the project. Number one is Jordan's Engineering,
Jordan Engineering.
represented by Ms. Erica Joyce San Diego.
Good afternoon po.
Can you turn on your camera?
Good afternoon po.
Yes, that's it, correct. Okay, po, ulit. Jordan's Engineering. Yes, do you have any questions for us?
Hello, good afternoon po.
Good afternoon, do you have any questions for us?
No naman po. So,
No questions, okay, thank you, Mr. Tayo.
Next prospective bidder, BJ Steel Construction Corporation, represented by Mr. Rohel Salvador,
Mr. Salvador, do you have any questions for us?
or Reynaldo Gatmaitan.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, board members. We don't have any questions, sir.
Thank you.
For the information of the prospective bidders, the submission and opening of bids for the supply, delivery, and commissioning for the rehabilitation of sprinkler at PPA and pocket office is on December 15, 2021. The deadline for the submission of the technical and financial proposals is at 9 a.m. The opening of bids is at 10 a.m. December 15, 2021.
Okay, that's it. The previous conference portion of our agenda. Respective leaders are now excused. Thank you. Let's proceed to the next item on our agenda, the evaluation report. I call the Eagle President's report.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
The evaluation report relative to the renovation of the corporate communication staff office under BAC PGCS 072-2021. The approved budget for the contract to be bid and published or advertised is 3,821,823 pesos and 82 centavos. The information for bid for the renovation of the corporate communication staff office was posted on February 2021 in the PTA Intelligence website and at a conspicuous place at the PTA premises on the municipal second calendar road. In response to the said invitation to bid, Citracon Corporation secured the bid document in the amount of 5,000 pesos. During the press conference held on February 11, 2021, the bank clarified the requirements, terms, conditions, and specifications stipulated in the bidding documents, as well as the technical and financial components of the contract to be bid. Citracon Corporation dropped its technical and financial bids in respective bid boxes before the deadline of 9 a.m. on November 25, 2021. During the opening of bids held on November 25, 2021, and in the presence of the bidders' representatives, the first envelope of Citracon Corporation was opened and checked by the bank members to determine the bidders' compliance to the legal and technical and financial requirements. After due evaluation by the bank and when motion bidding is properly seconded, Citracon Corporation was declared as passed with the requirements of the first envelope. Thereafter, the second envelope of Citracon Corporation was opened. The documentary requirements were checked and the bid price was read by the chairperson and then recorded. Upon motion bidding made and properly seconded, Citracon Corporation was declared as passed with the requirements of the second envelope. As a first step to determine the lowest calculated bid, detailed evaluation of the bid of Citracon Corporation amounting to 3,789,848 pesos and 04 centavos was undertaken. The bid offer of Citracon Corporation conformed to the required items specified in the bid form. There were no indications or computational errors found in the bid proposal of Citracon Corporation. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 revised IR, RORE 9184, and based on the results of the bid evaluation, the technical working group recommends to declare Citracon Corporation at its calculated bid price of 3,789,848 pesos and 04 centavos as a single calculated bidder and that full qualification be conducted from the said bidder. That's all, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I move for the adoption of the PWG recommendation as contained in the bid evaluation report for the renovation of the corporate communications staff office, declaring Citracon Corporation at its calculated bid price of 3,789,848 pesos and 4 centavos as a single calculated bidder that post qualification be conducted on the said bidder. No motion, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Second, the draft recommendation by Property Group and the evaluation report for the renovation of the corporate communication staff. Clarification there. Mr. Chair. The Citracon Corporation has calculated bid price of 3,789,814 pesos and 4 centavos. Is hereby declared as a single calculated with respect of the procurement of the full qualification.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Stepping to the next item of our agenda is the duration of the request for consideration for the procurement of services of certifying body for the quality management system of PPO. Madam Secretariat, for the request for consideration of final within the parliamentary period,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
as a technical group running the request for consideration.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
As a background, during the opening of bids on November 23, 2021, for the procurement of services of certifying body for the quality management system of PPA, the bidders, TUV Rainland Philippines Incorporated and Certification International Philippines Incorporated, were both declared failed for PUV Rainland Philippines for failure to submit the schedule of requirements for and for failure to indicate in its statement of SLCC the mandatory provision of users of acceptance or official receipts or sales invoice issued for the contract if completed pursuant to GPPB Circular Number 04/2020 dated September 16, 2021, which provides that non-submission of the required forms or the non-inclusion of the mandatory provisions in any of the required forms shall be a ground for disqualification. PUB Rainland submitted its motion for reconsideration last November 25, 2021. And in its motion for reconsideration, the bidders have admitted that it was unable to submit the schedule of requirements and relied solely on the checklist of requirements, which states that the bidder may only include additional documents if applicable. Also, in its motion for reconsideration, the bidder submitted the required schedule of requirements. The schedule of requirements form is prescribed in section 6 of the Philippine bidding documents issued by the GPPB. Further, during the credit conference held last November 9, 2021, and in the presence of the bidder's representative, Ms. Gimalaya Quizon, the head BAC secretariat, emphasized that the schedule of requirements form should be included in the bidder's technical document submission. The related submission of the schedule of requirements after the scheduled opening of bids is tantamount to modification or enhancement of the original bid, which is prescribed under section 26.1 of the IRR of RA 9184, which provides that a bidder may modify its bid provided that this is done before the deadline for the submission and receipts of bid. And the bidder did not discuss the other ground for its failed rating. In view of the foregoing, the PWG recommends the denial of the request for reconsideration of PUV Rainland Philippines Incorporated for lack of merit.
Sir, i-discuss ko na rin yung sa certification o after na nung meeting.
Apparently, ito lang yung sinabi niya na and relies solely on the checklist of requirements, which states that the bidder may only, ano nakasulat sa ano natin, kung may only include additional documents if applicable.
Yun yung nakalagay sa MR. Miss Angela, yun nakalagay sa MR niya.
O, pero dun sa big docs natin, meron pala yung gano'n na nakalagay.
Sa checklist of requirements included yung schedule of requirements form.
Kasi inaanap lang, hindi kaya parang, ano tawag ito? Hindi siya misleading. Kung nasa big docs na ano, baka na kasi mangyari sa iba pang work indicators natin. I mean, we might take a look into para yung ibang bidder, hindi naman.
Hindi, kasi yung ito applicable, marami kasing nakalagay doon sa ano natin. Meron siya yung mga, kung ano yung applicable na.
Parang, they not the first instance in the
Ito siya kasi yung letter I, yung conformity with the technical specification which may include production, delivery schedule, manpower, and or after sales if applicable. So, ang nire-refer applicable dyan yung mga after sales.
So it's not the one na yung kulang.
Oo. Tsaka we've been consistent, Ms. Ange, na pag hindi na sasabit ng schedule of requirements, talagang failed natin during the date of.
Pero yung applicability, naka-specify doon yung kung ano talaga yung what day, if applicable to recruit.
At hindi ito kasama kasi ito, part to sa mga forms na kasama sa BITOX natin. So, that provision does not apply. Secondly, during this credit conference, because we observed a succession of biddings na hindi nabibigay doon, it was specifically reminded sa mga bidders na kailangan kasama. So, hindi yan kasama sa, may option pa sila na kasama ko. It's required talaga.
So what we will do, and the same thing that we announced.
Kasi iba yung checklist eh. This is, yung argument nila na it's not part of the checklist, it has no bearing because hindi naman to sa checklist, it's part of the forms talaga na kailangan sa. Any other questions from the members of the council? Sorry, Dana. Yo.
On my part, Mr. Chair.
Sir, wala naman po.
Okay. Any questions?
It was properly explained by the head of the technical working group. I have no opinion.
Para kang leader sa masali ng Philippines. If there are no comments from the members of the House, what is the pleasure of the House with regards to instruments for deliberation?
Mr. Chair, I move for the adoption of the technical working group recommendation to deny the request for consideration for lack of merit as filed by TUB Rhineland for the procurement of services of certifying body for the quality management system of PPE.
Yes, the music and the recommendation of the technical working group and the feedback group. There being none, the request for consideration filed by TUB Rhineland. That is hereby denied. So we are still in charge of the preparation of the notice to the let's proceed to the next request for consideration.
The Certification International Philippines Incorporated was also declared failed for submitting an unaccomplished price schedule form. In its motion for reconsideration, the bidder alleged that the price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines is not applicable to certifying bodies since the bidder does not offer goods but provides certification services, which falls under a different category, merely consulting services. Nevertheless, it submitted a price schedule form with mark. This form is not applicable to Certification International Philippines Incorporated and instead submitted its own format of the price schedule. Also, it contends that the price schedule form is not included in the list of the mandatory forms under item 5.1A of GPTV Circular Number 04/2020, but was listed under item 5.1B on additional for goods. And lastly, when PPA's requirement is only limited to the accomplished bid form and the price schedule, the bidder submitted a summary of cost and breakdown of price per activity. The subject procurement is under goods and services and not under consultancy services. The bidding documents, the technical and financial requirements, and the required forms and the procedure conducted for the said procurement are for goods and services. Item 5.1A of GPTV Circular Number 04/2020 refers to the required forms for all procurement projects such as goods and services, infrastructure, and consultancy. The forms listed in item 5.1B, which includes the price schedule form, are additional required forms for goods and services. Further, the first paragraph of the bid form provides that the price schedule should be attached to the bid form and made integral part thereof. Hence, the submission of the price schedule form is mandatory. Under the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184, there are different technical requirements for the procurement under goods and services and consultancy services. Example, the price schedule is for goods, while the summary of cost and breakdown of price per activity are for consultancy services. The bidder can submit another document in view of the required price schedule. In view of the foregoing, the PWG recommends the denial of the request for reconsideration of Certification International Philippines Incorporated for lack of merit.
Attorney, which kung ano, if ever lang, may ilalagay yun, anong price schedule ang ilalagay nila?
Goods from within the Philippines.
Pero yung price itself, may mailalagay din sila.
Hindi, meron silang may ilalagay yung unit, pero yung mga ibang items doon na hindi applicable, dapat nilagyan na lang nila ng zero or dash. And then, kung gusto na nila rin naman, hindi naman prohibited yung mag-submit sila ng other forms. As long as dapat sinabit nila yung required na price schedule form.
Pictures of it myself.
Okay, sir. Any other comments from the doc members with regard to the recommendation of the technical working group? Seeing none, do I hear any motion?
Okay. Okay ka na. Clear.
Wala na kayo.
Sir, wala po akong comments. I also support the motion to adopt the TWG recommendation, sir, to deny the MR of Certification International.
Wala pang motion, so ito yung nagbibigay ng motion ng person. So, do I hear a second?
Second motion, sir.
Yes, yung muna siya kaya sa recommendation of technical team of the petition purpose. Jeremy Mans, which is carried, Secretary should be instructed to prepare necessary notice to Certification International Philippines Incorporated of the denial of considering that both bidders of request for reservation were denied, we no longer have a valid bidder for this procurement project.
Mr. Chair, I move for the declaration of failure of bidding for the procurement of services of certifying body for the quality management system of PCA.
Motion has been properly raised and presented to position record. The procurement of services of certifying body for the quality management system of PCA is here may declare failure. Secretary will make sure to prepare the necessary resolution and notice to the head of agency regarding the same, taking into account the communication from the end user on the necessity of procuring this project and recommended, and the fact that this is the second time that this was declared a failure.
Yes.